Let's get it.
The goal is to rhyme, group some words and combine, put that shit in a line, make that shit sound divine like J-Lo in her prime. That's it, bro.
That shit garbage, boy. Take that shit away, bro.
That was the freestyle.
Oh my god, bro. Oh lord.
And we're back, guys.
Bro. And
What was that?
yo, bro, I want to see you spit some shit.
Yo, I don't.
Yo, bro,
even
let's see
speak
it, bro. Come on, go ahead.
properly, bro. What
Yeah,
you
bro. You've been
talking
using
about,
the
bro?
same excuse for the last 2 years,
God
bro.
Damn, my G. Ooh.
Meanwhile, he's writing essays like it's nothing.
Yo, I
I don't know
appreciate
how
you.
to speak
appreciate
English,
you,
bro.
The fact that you came out here and trying to drop some bars.
Hey,
I
bro,
respect
please
that. I respect
buy my
that.
mixtape.
Facts. I put facts.
Available on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back.
Back again.
Yep.
R.N.R podcast. Research not required.
Yep.
And the reason why we say we're back is because we took a long hiatus. It's been a winter break here.
Yeah.
For those of you that are students, you probably know that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the topics on the table?
How was everybody's break?
My break was horrible. I stayed home, did absolutely nothing entertaining. I chilled with my cousins a little bit and chilled with my neighbors, but nothing too much.
Same here. I mean, I took the liberty to research stocks. I finally feel like I have the fundamentals down. Kind of know
We
a
gotta
lot
talk
about
about that.
it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm right now. I'm scheduling in times to go to. We have a Bloomberg trading terminal here in ODU.
Okay.
Basically, what a Bloomberg trading terminal is, for you guys that don't know, is it's a trading terminal where you can access informations for a trader, like the fundamentals, the quarterly financials of a company. You can access analytical information, charts, where you can perform technical analysis, a whole bunch of other stuff. And to access the information, I believe you need a subscription of like $20,000 a month per terminal. Damn. So ODU has like what, I think 12 of them. So yeah, I took, I'm working on a schedule to go to the Bloomberg trading terminals during stock market hours, do my pre-market research, and then trade paper money on my phone until I learn, and then I'll trade real money.
Damn. So is this like some kind of cryptocurrency kind of thing, or is this
No,
just
this
straight
is
up cash?
Straight up stocks. I don't want to get into cryptocurrency before I learn the stock market, just because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I have to learn the stock market first.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to. You can go straight into cryptocurrency, but
that's what I'm saying. I think this will be a good time for you, to jump on
the cryptocurrency
train.
This shit is hot right now.
No, man.
Very hot.
The reason why I wanted to even trade stocks, I had an interest early on. I just didn't realize like how obtainable it was until I saw this kid on YouTube called Ricky Gutierrez.
Okay.
And basically, sorry, there's music playing in the background. And basically, he's like 23. He has like 2 exotic cars, his own place, paid off his student loans. He still
How old is this guy?
23. He still goes to college. So he's able to handle his finance degree along with trading stocks, and he has his own YouTube channel. So he's juggling all three, and then that kind of sunk in with me. It's like, well, it's attainable, so you can do it. So it kind of sparked that fire for me to get the ball rolling of learning stocks. So I took the liberty to research a lot about it. There's still a lot more research I need to do before I officially make the schedule.
That's also your major, though, right?
My major is finance.
Okay.
So like
some
finance
area.
Yeah.
Well, finance is like an umbrella that has like a wide variety of professions.
But would you have like people around you that would know a lot about stocks that you could kind of use as a resource?
Of course. But not all finance majors are stockbrokers or stock traders or day traders, whatever.
Sure.
The person that I've been closely watching on YouTube that learned the stock market within a week, the fundamentals of the stock market within a week. He was an engineering major, so he applied like how he studied for his engineering classes and engineering tests into learning the stock market. So yeah, there's like a lot of engineering majors, old people that want to build IRAs for their retirement funds.
Sure.
Yeah, so it can be a wide variety of people, but yeah. finance does overlap with investing a lot, especially stock market.
Why are you not interested in the cryptocurrency?
Is it just because it's new and it's hot and
don't get
everybody's
me wrong.
jumping on it?
You think it's just a bubble?
Don't get me wrong. Like, if there's a cryptocurrency company that, how do I explain it? So, for you to find a stock, right, you need a thing called a scanner that basically like searches the web. Bloomberg trading terminals can do it. TD Ameritrade has its own like software that can do it called Thinkorswim. Okay. But basically, you put in the data like, okay, I want a stock from price range $3 to $10 because I'm beginning. I don't have enough money to buy large stocks. Even though I'm paper trading, I'm pretending like I have the real money, you know. So I want a stock from $3 to $5, $7, $8. I want the volume to be this amount. Volume is how much stock is trading. So you want to be able to buy and sell stock real quickly, right? You don't want to be stuck. Like you buy stock and then no one wants to buy your stock. So you want to have high volume. There's like a whole criteria list that you meet. But if a cryptocurrency company meets that, like Bitcoin or something, and it meets all that entire criteria list, then I'll do it.
But my question is, as long as we make a quick dollar on it, what's the problem?
There's absolutely no problem. But like I said, like if there's a cryptocurrency company that meets that criteria list and doesn't have red flags or anything, and like I did my research and I feel like I can make profit, then yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. Okay. But I'm not going to actively like, you know, look, when you're investing, there's two types of investing. There's analytical and fundamental. Your fundamental investing is when you learn everything that there is to know about the company. Income statement, balance sheet, quarterly financials.
Yeah, if they making money or they're losing money.
Yeah, you need to learn the internals like management team, news related to that. You need to learn. You can probably even call they have like actual like a department that deals with investors. So you can call them, get all the information you need, write it down. But you have to take into consideration that when you call them, it's biased information because they want to make their company look good. Exactly. But all that falls under fundamental investing. So that's your like Warren Buffett's, your JP Morgan's, and then you have the analytical investors that just look at the patterns. So they find a stock that meets a criteria list. They look at the patterns, and then they bet on it. Like, okay, here's a breakout. I'm going to bet that it's going to go up, and I'm going to trade it at this amount. I'm going to set a stop loss to this point. I'll make my profit. They're day traders. They make quick profits. Boom, 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 boom. But they, like, most time they win, I think, 50% of the time.
I mean, I guess, but my question was about the cryptocurrency. And
yeah,
do you support the idea of cryptocurrency? The whole Bitcoin, removing all the banks out of the equation and all that?
Yeah, well, yeah, I support cryptocurrency a lot because, you know, we were talking before on earlier podcast how some countries have the price of their dollars so like deep, like with inflation, it's worth so little that you need like a whole bunch of dollars just to buy a roll of toilet paper, right? Yeah. Well, a lot of these countries rely on cryptocurrency like Bitcoin because the value is more stable than their own currency, than their own country's currency.
Yeah, but I don't think it's widely. I don't think we're at that stage right now.
No, I swear, Google it, man. There's actual countries that rely on cryptocurrency because it's more reliable than their own actual currency, their own country's currency.
No, but I don't think that's like governmentally approved. Like government approved. It might be accepted by private companies, but I don't think it's the national. Oh, we're switching over to cryptocurrency.
No. I never said that. I never said like the country, like as a whole, it just switches to cryptocurrency.
No, I'm talking about
saying like the people.
When you talk about the country, as in you talking about the government or the
no, not the government. The government establishes its own currency, right?
Exactly. That's
like pesos or whatever currency name that they have for that country. Yeah, but I'm saying that is so unreliable because, like we said, the price of a roll of toilet paper is like. Let's just give it like this is just a hypothetical. Let's just say hypothetically it's like 2,000 like currency money.
Yep. Like
government money. Like you have to get like a stack this high just to pay for a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
You know, the value of one is so low. The value of one of those currencies is so low. So it's unreliable.
Yeah, I know.
So the people themselves in that country rely on cryptocurrency because it's more reliable. But you know what I'm saying? The value is still there.
You mean, but the question is, did the government came out and say, yo? Because,
like, for example, it's like private companies, even in the United States, accept cryptocurrency. Like, it was weird. I'm trying to currently sell a PlayStation 4, and I never seen this option before, but at the bottom it
the
says
B
like,
sign.
yo, would you also accept like other forms of payments, like not like some kind of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
huh.
that's
So it's like
interesting.
it's not, it might not just be nationally accepted. It might just be like a lot of like certain countries that have money money that have their money so devalued that private companies just start accepting Bitcoin because they know that's stable.
That
at
would
least.
make sense.
Not
yeah.
stable, but
Yeah,
more
they do.
secure.
But
Yeah.
the whole point is that the government would never allow that to happen.
Yeah,
Well,
They would
that'd
never
be
come out and say, "Yo,
maybe because I was actually
It
reading
is-
an
it's-
article thing about it, and it was saying that soon it might be like if it starts becoming accepted very much, like using that as a form of currency, it might be mandatory that you have to disclose how much money you like, how much Bitcoin, how much cryptocurrency you have.
that would make sense because we gotta regulate and see where the money's going, to prevent the whole.
But isn't that the whole
laundering and
idea
all
of
that.
Yeah, it's
Bitcoin?
great. I just talked about that.
No, but
That it's untrackable, that it's not like a corrupt, like a I'm not too sure.
No,
you
no,
see,
no, no,
that-
no. I spoke on
It
that.
cannot be like that. Once it gets mainstream, we have to control and see where the money goes, because that's the whole idea of laundering money.
Yeah, I spoke on that.
When this thing came on, people were starting doing that. Like,
Yeah. So I spoke. I had like a podcast on money laundering, and basically what these criminals do is they wash money through cryptocurrency. So they convert their dirty money into cryptocurrency, and that automatically cleans it.
Literally cleans it. Now it's like another form of money.
Yeah.
Which is like, you know,
that
it's kind of confusing. Like I don't know. It's kind of confusing to me because, you know, it's like, how would you convert that real money into cryptocurrency?
Oh,
It's like, do you give
100%.
that cash do you put that cash in the bank? Because once you put it in the bank, that's already a red flag. You get what I'm saying? So how are you
probably
able to convert it? Do you have to speak to? I know, so you can buy like real Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You can speak to you.
Coinbase and all that.
Yeah, like if you have a Bitcoin, I can give you like $17,000 in real cash, and then you can wire transfer it to me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
something like that. Maybe like someone who already has a lot of Bitcoin, they go up to him and say,
Yeah,
um,
assuming that the price
But
of Bitcoin is.
when this transaction happens, since I'm paying with money, a bank have to be involved. So how is the cartels gonna get at banks? Because the whole point is the money is being dirty and cannot be in the banks.
Yeah. No. We just talked about that. Like he said, like you can actually buy Bitcoin from someone. Like if you have one Bitcoin, right? I can give you $17,000 in real cash, and you can wire transfer me the Bitcoin.
But that's exactly what I said. When I transfer you the $17,000,
No, it's
a
untraceable.
bank has to be involved.
No,
no.
No, they don't.
I'm gonna give you.
No, they don't.
I have a bit. Okay, like you know how I trap and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Let's say I got a 15 stack. on me.
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly, bro. I'm a G, bro. I got like a 50 stack at the crib. Anyways, I give you 15 stacks and you give me a Bitcoin, let's say, right? You transfer. No, I give it to you in cash.
Oh.
And you transfer it to me. That way.
Okay.
That
But
way.
that's like unpractical though, because we have to be physically next to each other. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
dumb. Because the whole point of Bitcoin is to transfer whatever amount of money you want to like Malaysia in 2 minutes, like to another, part of the world.
That's true.
Yeah, but there's probably like a network that they do where, you know, they get someone that let's say they washed money through other means, right? They inflated construction costs, or they did whatever. They did small
Investment and all that.
deposits amongst a whole bunch of people. One person has like, let's say $2 million in dirty money that's been converted to clean, right?
Yep.
Well, they automatically just buy up Bitcoin. Automatically buy up Bitcoin, whatever the value of that Bitcoin is. They
makes
speak to
sense.
the drug cartel or whoever
Yeah.
they're doing business with. All right, you give me that money, boom, wire transfer, and now we
As
have
soon as
that.
that money is sent to Bitcoin, it's gone from the bank, so you straight.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't know how, but that would just be converting their already clean money into cryptocurrency, and then converting that dirty money to clean money. So it's just the same amount of money.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is the same amount of money.
The
But
whole
fuck,
point
screw
is,
it. You get the
the
put
whole
this.
point is to change the real dollar into Bitcoin.
Yeah,
Once
but if it's
changed to Bitcoin,
but
no, the government cannot oversee it. Like
no,
obviously
that's not the
you
goal.
got-
The goal is to change the dirty money into Bitcoin.
The
to
goal
where it'll
is
be
whatever
washed.
to change whatever money you got to Bitcoin.
No, why would you do that? If you got clean money, what's the point of if you can do whatever you want with that clean money?
No,
You
it can
buy
be
cars.
seized whenever you get caught.
Not clean money.
Yeah, whatever you got.
If you
under
have the
your name.
cash on you, but you can deposit that
on
into a
your
bank.
account. Whatever you got on your bank account, when you get caught, it gets seized and
How are you gonna get?
froze.
Yeah.
Why would
but,
they
like,
seize
how
it
are you
if
gonna
it's
get
clean
caught? If
money?
it's clean money.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Your
under
money,
your
clean
name.
money.
That's the whole bit idea of Bitcoin and money washing.
No, yeah, we get that, but I'm saying like if
Once-
you get caught, it's not okay. You get arrested right now,
Yeah.
right?
So let's say I'm
You
like
go to
a
jail.
kingpin or something, right? I get caught. Everything under my name is seized. It don't matter. It's in the bank. It don't matter. It's
Depends
a
on what
building,
depends on what
it's
you got.
whatever.
Depends on what you got caught for. If you got caught for fraud, money fraud, all right, yeah, they might
No.
look into your financials.
Okay,
But
let's talk about.
you got caught
we
for,
talking
like-
about the cartels. Let's talk about El Chapo. El Chapo is caught, right?
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, oh, El Chapo, this money in this account, we're not gonna touch it because we think you actually earned that. Nah, everything.
But what if he has documentation that proves that this is from this building that I built or whatever?
Where does that money came from? It's probably came from the.
They would have to prove that though. They
Yeah, you
can't
have
just
to
assume.
prove
It's
that.
not an assumption.
We can Google this shit. All his finance incomes are frozen.
And El
El
Chapo is an
Chapo's a
extreme
different-
example.
yeah, it's
by
a
the
different
way, 'cause
example.
that's an extreme example. But let's say some I don't know, like some drug dealer or whatever, like some common drug dealer, and he's got 50,000 in his bank. They're not just gonna be like, well, he's a drug dealer, so obviously this is all illegal.
Okay, maybe
This
y'all-
nigga's like, well, I work at Home Depot. I got 2 jobs. What are you talking about? I work at Home Depot and I'm a manager at McDonald's. How are you gonna take that money too?
Maybe okay. On that case, you're making
Yeah.
a good
No,
point.
absolutely. But I mean, like if it's like they
I'm
like
talking about El Chapo label.
No,
Alright,
they
bro,
have
you
to- they have to
can't
act-
look at you're looking at the end of the
No, no,
spectrum.
no. The whole point was to move money. How's a nigga working at Home Depot?
yeah, you
cleaning
can't
money,
you can't
bruh?
clean money
What
through
the
your
fuck,
salary at
bruh?
Home
what
Depot.
Are you talking about?
No, that was just a bad example. That was a bad example. But
You gonna
The
clean
point-
$50,000 a year, bro? Come on,
Maybe,
man.
bro.
That's like not profitable.
yeah, you can't really. Yeah,
You
can't.
gotta like open another Home Depot to clean like a big money, bro. That's the whole.
You gotta open a Home Depot.
Exactly.
Clean that big money.
For
But yeah,
Oh, my mic just went out.
it does that. I mean,
No, yeah, not my mic. You guys can still hear me through your headphones, right?
yeah, you mean your headphones? Yeah,
My
we can hear-
headphones
we can
went-
still hear
went
you.
out.
Yeah.
Is it unplugged?
No, it does that sometimes. I don't want to mess with the dials while we're recording.
Bro, that's all good. Just put this off.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. So what are some other topics you guys got on the table?
Did you guys see Trump threaten Kim Jong Un with the whole North Korea thing, where he was like, "Yo, my button's bigger and it works."
So,
don't
do
know.
you really believe the whole thing? Because for the first time, they came out and say, "Now we will talk to you guys." You know, the North Koreans gonna start talking to the South Koreans, and the North Korea approached the South Korea. So now that's like, yo, is the Trump strategy is actually working?
Maybe.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
North Korea's like
Yeah,
approaching
it's
South Korea
Yeah,
and
they
saying,
opened up
"Hey, like, let's."
negotiations.
Yeah, let's talk.
And did you
And
hear,
they
did you
said
hear
we're
what
gonna
South Korea
send
said?
our athletes to the coming Winter Olympic in South Korea, which is happening this year.
Did
So
you
it's
hear-
like,
did you-
that's a big leap.
Did you hear what like South
Damn,
Korea
I did
said?
not know
They-
about that.
Yeah,
I think I could be wrong. I could be like talking, just to talk. But I think South Korea praised Trump for that, for like his aggressive.
approach.
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite because
Well,
now
they're- well,
tryna
now they
arm
have
No,
themselves.
South.
themselves.
He's saying South Korea, by
yeah,
the way.
like South Korea is saying, "Yo, you guys got to protect us and all that," and Trump is going like, "We don't give a fuck. We're gonna blow you out," because the first person who's gonna get
I
blown
don't
is
know.
South Korea. Because
Nah.
the
Isn't South Korea an ally of the United States?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Is
Yeah, so
Trump-
obviously it's gonna do. The United States is gonna defend it, isn't it?
No, their whole idea of Trump's approach to South Korea was force, and that's what they don't want.
You mean with
Because-
North Korea?
Yes, with North Korea, their approach is his approach is aggressive, and they don't want that because if a war breaks out,
Somehow worked though. They opened up negotiations, so I guess maybe that's what.
might
that
not be. It
was-
might not be related though. Like,
that was my question. My first question was like, do you guys think the
It's
Trump
gotta be related.
aggressive approach is working? Since now they are approaching them to talk.
Obama has been in the office for like 8 years, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
How long has like the
The approach
whole
stopped
tension.
in 2015, so 2 years ago. They just
Oh.
stopped talking 2 years ago, so they didn't talk. The two countries did not talk for 2 years. So
Hmm.
finally,
was that during
Trump
Obama?
era? Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
Obama's presidency, yeah.
2015. So
I don't know.
What's
It might
you
have.
guys thought about that?
I don't know if we can directly draw a line of correlation.
I was gonna say I don't think you can say that's like the only reason, like the outcome, that the fact that they're opening up and conversing with South Korea. I don't think you can just put that to Trump's aggressive approach. Like I think there might be other factors that we don't know about.
Yeah, I think there's been sanctions too, like on trade.
Yeah, and China
Korea.
is like it's
China.
backing up because the whole how North Korea is surviving is because of China. Like their whole
Economy.
Trade,
economy
economy.
depends on China. Like,
And China didn't wasn't as active until Trump's presidency because of Trump's aggression. China started putting more sanctions on trade.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Trump,
Taking more of an
America,
active
Trump
role.
did kind of put China on blast for the way that because they're supporting North Korea a little bit.
the problem is China will never let go of North Korea, because if they let go of North Korea will fail, right? That means South Korea and North Korea will be a same country. That means an American ally literally next door of China. That's a no-no.
Yeah,
That's a no-no. I watched the video about it and I was like, what?
Hmm.
That makes sense, because why would you let you never be taken over by another country, by your enemy, and the enemy's next door now?
Yeah,
If a war broke out, we done. We in the capital. We here. What's going on? We here because we have a base next door. It would be easy as fuck for America.
yeah.
And now China's caught in the middle. Yo, should I really stop them, or should I just keep going on and support the economy so I don't have to have an enemy in my backyard?
Yeah.
No, I guess not. I don't know too much about her, but yeah, that seems very logical.
I don't know. We'll see though.
Yeah. What are some other topics on that?
Yo, did you see Khabib versus Edson Barboza?
Yeah, I watched
You
it.
saw that fight?
Yeah.
You saw that bear?
slaughter. Yeah.
Bro, this was a crazy ass
The
fight.
eagle.
Have you
What was it?
imagine it would be like a professional fighter, like the best fighter in the world, fighting some like street dude, just straight up ass whooping. Just like a straight up ass whooping.
Edson Barboza.
That's what the fight was.
So
And this dude is like hella professional, like crazy knockouts. Like he's he's not a scrub. Like this dude's like probably ranked like number 4, number 5 in the world.
Yeah, he's been
And
gaining a
the
lot.
this other dude who's ranked number 1, who just stands above everybody, he just turned 25-0,
So
What
for
class
those,
weight
for
was
those,
155. So this nigga's coming for Connor, bruh.
Fuck,
Connor, you know why? You know like Connor's not hit in the UFC, bruh.
fuck, bruh.
for
He
those
said,
that don't,
"Bruh."
for those that don't know, Khabib, I think its last name is Nurmagomedov.
Hold on,
Nurmagomedov.
hold on. Are we talking
Nurmagomedov,
about the
yeah.
nigga with the hat?
Khabib,
Yeah.
Yo,
This
I saw that shit.
This nigga
He
is
came back
an
and
animal,
won,
bruh.
bruh?
Yo, this
No, he didn't
that's
come
straight
back
up
and win. He
ass
was
No,
winning
whooping.
and all
no, he
that.
was about to fight. Then he had a
He
He missed weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed weight. And
Now
all
he
that stuff.
back.
Now he's
He
back
missed weight.
again.
He had injury too.
Yeah,
No, I think
yeah.
he fucked up. Like,
Yeah, like, but
over
it was like
cutting
his
weight or
kidney
some
had a
shit.
problem when he was
Yeah.
he was scheduled to fight Tony Ferguson, but like he had some
He was
kind of
cutting
kidney
weight
failure
too
while
much.
cutting weight, and
Yeah.
they had to take him to the hospital. But this
He's
time he
from-
came back with a nutritionist. This nigga had abs and everything,
For real.
and this nigga just you should check out that fight.
Yeah,
that shit
I
was
was
a
watching
straight
it
up
on,
ass whooping, bro.
By the way,
Rogan,
for-
and I was like, damn.
Like I have no idea how Connor's gonna win. Like if let's say if Khabib win, like the only way I see Connor winning is if he knocks him out. But it's like if that's your only avenue
Is he
of
good on
winning,
the ground grappling and all that?
oh
That's
bruh,
his-
the best.
Excellent.
Oh fuck.
Like literally the best. I keep saying like everybody's the best. Like Damian Maia is the best. This guy's the best.
Damian
but like
Maia is not the
like
best. Not compared to
Khabib is the best on the ground. There's no one in the UFC, regardless of
Now,
weight
what-
class on the
no,
ground.
What about
Standing?
weight to weight? The
Pound for
champion?
pound?
Yeah, pound to pound. Cause that nigga,
Grappling
remember
was?
how- yeah.
Oh,
remember how-
Demetrius Johnson, yo, he's
Yeah.
nice, but he's
He's
like
good,
I
bruh.
give him like a 9.5 on everything. Habib, his stand up might be like an 8, but his ground is at 10. Like,
We'll see. We'll see.
Bro,
But
his
the
ground
question
is at 10.
Are this niggas getting paid now?
huh?
Or this
This
nigga
nigga
getting
doesn't
paid
even. That's
now?
the thing. This nigga doesn't like literally just wants Connor. He's like you don't have to pay me. Like, let me just get Connor. I just want a good competition. Like he's like,
they had a
No, he doesn't want
they had-
Conor.
They had interest
Habib-
on Twitter, right?
Habib doesn't want Conor. Habib wants Tony Ferguson because he believes Tony
that-
Ferguson is the real
he wants
champion.
Conor. He just thinks Tony Ferguson is, I think,
Nah,
the
I think
realistic
It will
option.
makes for
No,
him
no,
to
he
fight.
really wants Tony Ferguson. I mean, if Conor offered the fight, he'll take it because there's
Yeah.
money. But
Yeah.
he really wants to fight Tony Ferguson because he's like, all right. For the viewers that don't know, Habib Nurmagomedov,
Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov,
Nerd
whatever.
alert.
So he's from Dagestan, Russia,
Yeah.
and he's a UFC fighter that's now 25-0. 25-0 in the
Think
UFC.
about it.
You know, he has an undefeated.
Nobody's like that. Nobody
He-
has that record.
He's an excellent UFC fighter. Has an insanely powerful like grappling skills. When he was a kid, like there's a video on the internet that surfaced of him like grappling with a bear, like actually like wrestling with a bear. But yeah, the guy's a monster. He just fought Edson Barboza and just slaughtered him. An excellent fighter, top ranked. Now he wants Tony Ferguson. Him and McGregor went on like a back and forth on Twitter,
Yeah.
kind of dissing each other. So now there's kind of a lot of tension. And then Conor McGregor just like started posting IG stories and IG like
Of
photos
like,
of him in
training.
the gym training actually for a fight.
I thought that was between what was the boxer's name?
Floyd?
Floyd
Oh,
and
Pacquiao?
Yeah,
No,
he
Floyd
went
and-
at him a little bit too.
'Cause
yeah,
they were
there was a
talking
back
about
and forth
some-
with him too.
yeah.
Yeah, but the like it was like right after Habib's win
Okay.
was like McGregor and Habib going back and forth. And Dana White there's been rumors kind of surfacing that McGregor will be stripped in March if he doesn't fight.
This
So-
is the thing. Habib tweeted recently saying, "Big news coming," and also there's
Oh, yeah, yeah,
there's
seen that, seen
there's for the first time there's an event booked for Russia.
Yeah.
UFC
UFC has
for
been
the first
planning.
time?
Yeah,
in
UFC
Russia, and
has
Habib's
been.
from Russia, and he tweeted, "There's big news coming."
Yeah,
So,
so
if it's
UFC has
something
been
he's
planning
excited
to do a
for-
fight in Russia.
So it's like he's either
they
gonna
need- they
be
need a
fighting
champion.
Tony or like he's gonna be fighting Tony. I don't even see like who else is he gonna fight?
Conor, it will take him a
Yeah.
bit more
Yeah,
time to
but
train and all that.
The thing is like, who's the guy that goes on with Joe Rogan a lot?
Goes on.
Yeah. Okay, Brendan Schaub has said
Oh,
that if it was anybody to bring like crazy weird news, right, to do the unexpected, it would be McGregor. Like I can honestly picture a McGregor and
Yeah,
Habib
he
fight.
he proved that time and on and on.
Yeah, so I can see it, but you know what? I don't even want to see it. I don't want to see a Habib and McGregor fight. I want to see Ferguson and McGregor and Habib fight.
Yeah, I
Like,
wanna
I
see
want to
that
see a
too.
Ferguson Habib fight,
Yeah.
and I know Habib is gonna win.
I don't know,
If
bro.
you
I know, I'm
if
confident.
you ask me, I would want
yeah.
the first fight
It's gonna be a
of
slaughter.
Conor coming back to UFC to be was this Russian nigga.
With Habib, no,
Yeah.
Habib is just a monster, man. Habib
Bruh,
will
that
dog
would be
him. man.
like, oh my.
If he
God.
wins against Habib,
Dagestan.
that's it. Like you just
Oh yeah, after that he solidifies, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody will talk shit to him, bro.
You know what? You know what Habib said about it? So Habib's father is like his trainer, right? And this guy like fought in he fought in a war. Like he's just a hardened, like crazy person. Dagestan is like savage as hell too. There was one UFC fighter that got in a fight in Dagestan. He got shot like 9 times, 10 times. Like Dagestan is just like this like savage
Isn't that
place.
where Borat is from?
Dagestan? No, heck no.
I don't
You
know.
know who Borat is? The
No Borat, but I don't. No, wait,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
comedian. I
No,
thought you
no,
meant
the-
the
from the movie?
action movie,
Borat.
dude.
No. The comedian that like takes shit outside of like the building and shit.
Nah,
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up, but keep going, bro.
Yeah, so he said like when he was quoting his father, he said whenever my father would teach me a lesson, he said words would never teach me, but the fist always made me understand. I was like, holy cow! Like his father used to beat him, like beat the tart
Ass
out of him.
whooping.
It's like, all right, you get out of line. All right, I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back.
You know what's something interesting that I saw just like before coming here? You know who's trying to fight Khabib right now?
Who?
Max Holloway.
Man, Max Holloway. Okay, that'll be interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
I know that who that nigga is.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen
For
it.
the
You
I
know
think
that
he's in the
nigga?
movie, right?
Yeah, he got a
Let me see.
movie.
that's
like-
Borat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the actual Borat from the movie Borat. Remember?
This is
Nah.
like the Dagestan, him living the village, I guess.
You know what I'm confused about? I always hear like any Dagestan like fighters always reference the mountains
Man,
Like,
yo,
of like this place of hell, like this this
real?
place of just straight up hell. Like Habib was like, I train in the mountains for months. I am not afraid of this. Like he talks about it like it's some like hell.
But I think the whole of Russia is hell, bro.
No.
Siberia and all that, bro.
You see how bad that
out,
is, right?
bro.
You see how now imagine a fighter like talking about this place in a scared way, like it's some place that like crap beat the turd out of them, grinding them to mud and then built them back up. Like
It's like now I'm in
the
LA
mountains. Like, what
in a
the
fight.
heck
You
is the
think I'm gonna be
mountains?
scared of you, my G? Fuck
think-
out of here.
I think I
got my
might-
ass whipped by 3 niggas twice my size.
I think I might have some idea of what the mountains is like. There's one video of Habib that surfaced of him like picking up rocks, like these massive rocks, and just like putting them in circular motions.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
was
I saw
like,
something
what
like that.
the
There was
heck?
like 8 of them just
Yeah, there's 8 of
training.
them
Like you
just
know how
like-
people like train
Bro, I'm
with like
talking, like,
dumbbells and stuff.
massive
They're all
rocks.
just holding big rocks, just like moving that around.
Like these massive rocks, like these heavy, dense rocks. I was like, okay, maybe that's what the mountains are. I was like, I guess I get an understanding of that.
That's so crazy, though.
Yo, by the way, Nati, gave you homework a couple of days ago. Did you watch the Dave Chappelle special?
Yeah, bro. I watched it.
You watched it?
Oh my god, bro.
Yo, did you see the Dave Chappelle stand
No,
up?
I haven't.
I
Yo,
watched
right,
it
you
last
gotta
Was
check
it? Is
it
it
out.
on Netflix? The
Yeah, it's on
stand-up?
Netflix, but it's
Yeah.
everywhere on the web, bro.
I mean,
Yeah, I used to watch
didn't
Dave
have
Chappelle a
Netflix
lot.
to watch it, so I just
No,
did
you
my
got
thing.
you had Netflix, bro.
Nah,
I guess, bro.
did
Yeah.
my thing. But anyways, it was very good, bro. Oh
Yeah.
my! When he said this, why they pay me the big bucks, I was like, exactly, bro. They need to pay me, bro. I was like,
60 million.
what? He
60
deserves
million
every
for 4
penny,
specials
bruh.
on Netflix.
Just for 4?
Every
Okay.
penny, bro.
They offered
What
him.
the fuck?
They offered for the Chappelle show. They offered him like what 70 or something.
Uh,
From the
it's-
little-
I
Nah,
don't
that
know.
was, he left $100 million.
Is it 100 or
It's
50?
100 million.
Yeah.
That's what
100
I heard,
million. God damn.
I mean,
I
he's
was like,
swimming money.
I'm
He doesn't
done.
need
I'm
it
gonna
at that
go
point.
to Africa, raise my kids, and I'm gonna come back and do it again.
But he didn't really
"Yeah,
say
I
like
figure
that.
out
He
my
said like
life."
there was like a series of reasons why he left. Like he said like
Yeah.
people were looking at me wrong. He said that like they wanted me to wear a dress. Like they
Yeah,
kept
I
on
mean,
fixating on the fact
I'm not
that
exactly sure why he left, but
yeah, it
He
was
just
like
had
a-
complications. Then he was like, "Yo, I gotta go get my mind straight before
I
I
was
can't
like-
continue like this."
He's like, why do they want
The
black
money's
men
not
to wear
worth it.
dresses? Like what's
But-
up
Yeah,
with that?
imagine denying, like, imagine being so fucked up that you deny 100 million.
You're not messed up. I mean,
No,
I
but
don't
like
see that
he,
as
he was
messed
just
up.
no, like not like messed up, like oh he's crazy, but like he was just like yo, like
nah.
if I keep going, if I take this 100 million and keep
I-
going
I-
down this path, I'm gonna get fucked up somehow.
Nah,
So
I think he was being selfish at that time.
No,
Because
I don't
that
think
money will go on for his generation. So his kids
Yeah, well,
need
bro,
to be
fuck outta
mad
here.
at him, bro.
100 million is a lot, but like it might not seem like a lot when you already got 20 million.
But
Where you know when you know your
nah.
kids are already good, it's
nah,
like
nah,
alright.
nah. Come on, bro. You got 20 million and somebody telling you we're gonna give you 100 million.
Yeah, it's a steep step up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
but-
That's like
It's like
I'm
McGregor.
done.
It's like
Exactly.
McGregor before the Mayweather fight.
Yeah,
He's
I
making a
f-
couple
I
million.
fought
20.
5-5. I had like 15 on my bank account. You give me 75 now just to promote my name. I'm fighting. This
Yeah,
shit,
it's
nigga.
like
Come on, that's like a big come up.
it is a big come up, but I feel like, you know, like there's this like thing in business where they say if you're able to attain that money, like that high level of money, that you're confident in yourself that you're able to get that back. So it's like it's your decisions, your like path, your morals that make it.
It's like making it easy, but
Like-
keeping it is hard. You know,
Like if you're able to if you're able to touch 10 million, you're able to touch it again. It's just like, you know, don't sweat the decision you made. You make the decision, you make it. You live with it.
somebody say to me, "It's not how much you make; it's how much you save." I was like, "What?"
No, that's
Yeah.
real though. That's true.
That's actually true. Like it
Yeah.
don't matter like how much you make. If you waste that shit in the first day you get it, you back to zero. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how much you make.
Yeah.
That's actually like it touch home, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, if you're making millions, man, phew, I would contact the most elite, prestigious hedge funds. That's wraps for me, man. There's no reason for me if I make 10 million, if I had McGregor's money, that I would go broke. That just doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense if you have 5 million and like you must have an extravagant taste. Like you have something, you got a taste for the most expensive things in life.
But I feel so bad for the people. Most likely, yeah. The show 30 for 30 or something.
30
Oh, yeah,
30
30 for
for
30,
about
yeah.
what?
Niggas,
Forbes 30 for
athletes,
30.
Players going broke.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Forbes 30 for 30. 30 million under 30.
No.
30 under
Like
30.
broke niggas.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
no. This is by ESPN.
Oh, okay.
It's like
About football players going
not
broke.
athletes go
Oh,
broke.
athletes.
Yeah, it's like wild, bro. It's so sad. I think it's by ESPN, but let me check it out.
There's a
see.
steep
It's
fall
It's
from the
like,
top.
It shows like, yo, it don't matter how if you get you, they will get the money, but if you don't know how to like, just how like you say,
Yes.
you don't know
You
how
gotta
to
manage it.
invest it, bro. You fucked it, bro. The money actually will like vanish.
It's also a thing because nobody teaches you that. It's like, okay, they think of it like high school. You're in high school, you're
Yeah.
doing well. The reason you're doing well isn't because you're just some gifted dude who, like, that exists, but it's also because you're putting in a lot of hours into that. So you're not putting hours into learning how to invest your
Yup.
money. If you use it properly, go to college, you're doing a full-time job as an athlete, going to the gym, practicing all that stuff while still trying to get your grades straight. So there's no time for managing your money in
Hell
that
no.
time. Then you go to NFL,
And they will give you the money.
and at all those three levels, that at high school, college, or NFL, nobody's telling you this is what you should be doing with your money. They're just like,
No, well,
Nigga, go hit the
they
gym,
are
bro.
people.
What are you talking about? That's
No,
what they tell you.
there are people that do that. Like a lot of athletes have accountants. They have financial advisors.
Yeah, you can have those, but knowing what's
also those
you know,
people kind of fuck you if you don't
Not all
get
of
the
them.
right. No,
Yeah, you gotta
obviously
get-
not
you gotta
all
get
of
the
them,
right-
but if you're like, those are
nobody will
th-
care
those
about
are-
your money as you would, bro.
No, I'm saying
Nobody
if you
will.
dude, there's like reputable, people with good reputations that are financial advisors and accountants that will handle your money accordingly. You get a good one.
So, would you rather trust a company or trust your gut and your decision?
I'll trust a company. What?
Oh hell no,
Man,
bruh.
you know what I learned? One thing I learned about stocks, right? Investment, a day trader or whatever you are in stocks, is that, especially with money too, is so tied to your personality. It's so tied to your character, who you are as a person. You come into trading with bad habits, then you'll lose your money. Like there's people that are ex-gamblers that trade, and all right, so I don't want to get into like neural like the neurology of the brain, right? But basically what happens is like if you do something over and over again, like there's like synapses in your brain that just get like it just gets used to it. And you create
gets
this like
faded, yeah.
you just create this nasty habit, right? So if you're constantly a gambler, you have this side of you that's just so impulsive. It makes impulsive decisions, and it's already like geared towards you. So if you make impulsive decisions, like 4,000 impulsive decisions, right? In order to change, you need to make like 3 times that of good decisions, of being patient. That's how you train your brain to completely get off that. And even then, it's still hard. Like an alcoholic that hasn't drunk still won't have a drip, like just still won't have like a glass of alcohol because they know they can easily go back,
Yeah, in a moment.
So with investment, your emotions that you come into investing with, they're a hindrance. Like if you're impulsive or you're impatient.
But don't you think all athletes are kind of impulsive?
We can't say all.
Not all, but like, don't you think that's a characteristic of a good athlete?
No.
Like being impulsive, like
No.
like you're watching the football, you see the dude shoot left, immediately you gotta make the
No, it's
decision right
not.
there. Like,
No, it's not. It's look at. At first, it depends on the athlete, right? But 2, with athletes, you need to be you need to really be like self-disciplined.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put it in terms that you understand, because you're an MMA guy, right? In MMA, do you ever see a fighter that's
I've
impulsive?
never gotten a better compliment in my life,
What
bro.
the
Go
fuck?
ahead.
You enjoy-
This
you
nigga
enjoy MMA.
blushing. Just for I just
Do you ever
wanna
see-
everybody to know this nigga blushing now?
Do you ever see Khabib? Do you ever see Habib or Luke Rockhold make an impulsive decision?
In
No.
the fight, yeah.
Okay, look, for those of you that don't know MMA, they do make mistakes. Don't get me wrong, they're not perfect.
Not mistakes, but
In
like
MMA,
like even
it's
the right
such-
decisions. It's like you're acting on instinct. Everything's an impulse.
For those of you that don't know MMA, it's an incredible science. When you're in the octagon, every single move is so calculated. They spend 16-week camps just training their own muscle memory, their own instinct, everything is like just put down to size just for those.
How the other fighter
Yeah,
fights.
like,
it's
if your
everything,
opponent's
just for
like
10 minutes, and especially on an elite level like the UFC, where you have all elites doing the same thing you're doing, it's like it's so hard to stand out, right? So these fighters are so well disciplined. Like they're so disciplined. Like they know that an impulsive decision, you getting antsy or anxiety, it'll cost them. So they keep that in check. That's why I don't think like they're impulsive. I really don't think that. Now, when it comes to money, some of them are. Like McGregor, I would say he's impulsive with money.
Bro.
But,
I,
like,
I
as
wish
a
I could
person-
actually see his account because like he seems impulsive, like because he's always flaunting it, but like
I
this
think-
nigga's smart, like just
But
from
he's
this
openly
decision.
admitted it though.
Yeah, he's like
openly admitted that.
he's like I'm materialistic, and he was like I am materialistic.
He's
I have
openly
to be
admitted that
honest
he has a
with myself.
habit. Like
No,
he has a
has
habit.
to
Like he
live
has a
this
bad thing.
persona that he's rich and glamorous and all that, and that actually makes money for him because he got to. He works.
Oh, so you
with
think it's like a
brands and all that.
strategy?
Yeah,
No, I
that's
don't.
part of it.
No,
he-
I don't
he's-
think so.
He's making. Doesn't
I think he
have a
actually
shoe?
believes it. Like he's
No, I-
actually like that. He's just he's actually like that. I don't think it's part of like some calculated strategy.
No,
I think McGregor is just actually that confident. Like he's
No,
that flaunting.
that's what I'm saying. He's using it for himself though. Oh, my life's like this. Oh, why don't I make money on it? Let me have a shoes with Puma. I think he has.
Yeah, you're right.
A shoe
Yeah.
with Puma. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah,
when
he's
he, like-
capitalizing on it. But I feel like,
But
bro,
let
if
me
he
ask you
didn't make
something.
any
Let me
money
ask
from
you
it,
something.
he'll
Let me
still
ask
be
you
that
something.
same
Let me
way.
ask you something. If Givenchy comes to McGregor and we having a fashion show in Paris this weekend, would you fucking model for us? Would this nigga say no? Fuck no, bro. This nigga will be out there with what fucking that ugly ass tattoo on his belly and shit. Nigga, you don't give a fuck, bro. You talking about this nigga loves cameras, but this nigga loves all the attention.
He
bro.
does. But I'm saying like if it made him no money and there was no money from
No,
that, there was
that's
no
what I'm
benefit
saying.
from that,
What-
he'll still do that.
That's
Like,
what I'm
just who
saying.
he
That's
is.
why I said Givenchy, bro. That's why I'm saying. That's why I said Puma, bro.
Yeah.
They, you know, they will pay this nigga.
Yeah, he's making money from
If
it. Don't get me
if
wrong.
you can pay Connor, bro, you can make this nigga a belly dancer, bro. Whatever you want, my nigga. He can be
Belly
rich,
dancer,
bro.
I don't know
What
about
I-
that.
I don't
Bruh,
think
this
he's
nigga
that, like,
motherfucking
that
came to
bought out.
boxing, bro, to get 75 million, bro.
Who wouldn't
Nah,
do
bruh.
that?
I think this nigga, nobody
You're
have
acting like no
done
one
that
would-
before.
No, but I'm saying
He's
No,
the
nobody,
first one
nobody
from-
was offered 75 million.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He made that happen.
would you?
What do you
Anybody would, but you make it
No,
sound like
no.
he'll do
Yeah,
anything.
right.
If everybody
Nah.
everybody would have done that shit. But you know who?
No
did?
one is getting
Only
the
Conor
offer.
McGregor.
It's 'cause no one's
he's
getting
the only one
offered.
offer. The second
Bro,
the
it's not like
discussion
people-
talked,
The whole point is why-
everyone in the UFC was like, yo,
Floyd,
yo,
yo,
throw
yo,
me
yo.
in there with Floyd. When Floyd was like, I might do MMA, the pound for pound, Demetrius Johnson was like, yo, I'll welcome you. Like everybody, once Conor got in, everybody was trying to get in. Nobody was just
everybody
offered
was.
that money.
Yeah, because nobody gives a fuck about them than they do for
Yeah.
Conor.
Yeah,
Because
it's-
Conor got the juice. Conor got the whole
Connor got
lifestyle.
this. Yeah, he's
bruh.
loud
Yeah.
as a
You-
motherfucker.
You buy into
He
the whole
sells.
package, bro.
He sells, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm
So the
saying.
whole advertising, the whole cars, the whole glamour and shit is the part of the selling, bro. If you
Yeah.
buy into it, you buy into it. If you don't, you hate him. You still spend money to hate him.
Just
bro.
to see him, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, if he was
So-
just like, posting Instagram photos of like, oh, in the gym, meditating, whatever, like that wouldn't attract as
No,
much
bruh.
attention as like, cause he knows, like, for example, America, or just like this generation. Think of like everybody likes that glamorous Kim Kardashian lifestyle.
He'll
So
perfect-
he's tapping into that.
A perfect example is like GSP and Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Both like really, really talented. It's just GSP doesn't get nearly as much attention.
'Cause
Or
he-
Habib and McGregor, even same weight division. Habib is
Exactly.
like
you can take their recent tweets.
yeah.
Connor was
But
talking
you know-
all that shit.
you
and
know
the
why I
other
think
nigga
Conor
just
is
said,
great?
Shut up. End of story, bro. This conversation over.
Yeah. You know why I think
I
Conor
think
is
it's
great?
shit
It's
up.
not because of his whole swagger and his talking and his mouth. It's that mixed with like he also delivers sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
100%.
matches.
That's
because
the whole point.
because if it was just talking, like Chael Sonnen would have
Nah,
been the
bruh.
greatest
Niggas
ever.
been talking, bro.
But
Who
he
gives a fuck?
delivers too.
Niggas been talking.
That's what I'm
bruh.
saying. He delivers as well. If you're able to talk a whole, it's like Ali.
And
It's like
support you-
Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
It was like that Aldo fight.
No,
Like
you
that-
don't even
it
have
was-
to. You don't even have to like back it up. You just have to back it up sometimes.
Nah, bro.
Nah,
But like that's the
nah,
thing.
Sometimes.
He backed it up
The
the
way-
whole
yeah,
time.
Nah,
the-
he was
He backed it
Remember
up.
what Habib said? in the beginning of year, he's tapping like a chicken. All of a sudden, he's a world champion. How does that happen? Like, it's true. Like, what he's saying is true. He was tapping, right? In the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, he's champion because he delivered sometimes.
But that's one end of the spectrum of telling the story.
Once in his life.
Twice.
Nah,
it was the Mayweather.
Floyd,
he tapped a whole bunch.
The Mayweather,
Nate
Diaz.
Diaz.
Everybody knew he was gonna lose, bro.
Man,
and Richard,
he's still making
when
money.
I think about it, bro. Everybody knew he was gonna lose.
But like,
he didn't lose. McGregor did not
he
lose.
didn't lose.
He won. He won big. Boy, he got all this attention because he took the fight.
About, like, directly only the fight.
But does that matter? Like, what I'm saying is, like, does that matter?
If he had won, that shit would he would have skyrocketed.
There's win-win. Like,
he would have been.
There's slightly
he
less.
He would have been the first president of Ireland fighting in the UFC.
No,
while
you're right.
fighting
You're right.
Manny Pacquiao, bro.
I'm saying
that's
not a lose win. That's just a bigger win. There's a win and then there's like this massive win. He took W's both times.
Conor failed this twice. That's why I was like, nah, I don't think we should count the boxing thing because we talking about directly fighting.
Well, that would have been the third time because how many times has Conor like lost in
once
UFC?
It was Nate
UFC.
Diaz.
It wasn't only Diaz, right?
Nah,
I thought he tapped twice.
Nah, that was hella like before he even came to the UFC.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
He had like 2 losses on his record. Whatever,
1 loss,
3 losses on his record, right?
He lost twice before coming into the UFC.
Oh, okay.
1 loss in the UFC.
Anyway, but
and that was weird circumstances too.
Still within that same year though, like taps like a chicken, becomes world champion that same year.
But that same year, while Khabib was talking shit, he fought once. Conor fought twice. He fought 3 times.
His kidney. Come on.
Whose fault is that?
Khabib is gonna fight 4 times.
The one time
4 times this year. That's what he said.
He talks a lot, but in the last 4 years, I think he's fought twice.
He's been in the mountains.
In the last 4 years, Conor went from welfare to 100 million.
Man, you go in the mountains. Tell me if you survive.
Nigga, bro.
Come talk to me.
Around the mountains.
The mountains, man. The way I'm telling you, man. The way these Dagestani people talk about the mountains, God. I just wish there was like a drone. Like there was I wish there was a camera that was.
Yeah, I'll send you this documentary. I was watching with Khabib, and he was just like, I grew up in the mountains. I work in the mountains.
Like, what do they do? Do they live in a cave and like they wake up the next day with like a sharpened rock, and then they just like start like stabbing sheep, and they like cook that joint?
Bro, come on.
And then a bear comes and they have to like square up with the bear. Like, what is going on? Like,
square up with a bear.
Khabib was like, no. He tells his friends, no, I have practice with this. I do it since a little kid. I don't want you to get hurt. Let me take on this bear. Like, it shanks it in the neck, dies. Like, what is the mountains, man? Like, why do they talk about it like it's like a hellish place?
I don't know, bro. So what else been going on?
You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen Arrow, right?
Arrow?
Yeah.
The movie or like
the TV show?
Yeah.
So remember the flashbacks he has of the island? With Yafet, like the
Arrow's
flashbacks.
the green one, right?
Arrow, yeah. So do you like in the show they have like flashbacks of him in the mountain, and it's like this hellish place.
I remember, bro. He be like building fires and shit.
He got a big beard, like he got a hide capture. That's what I imagine the mountains is like when Khabib talks about it. Like that's what
when he got like first kidnapped or whatever, and he was there for like 4 years or something.
Yeah. Another nigga.
No, not kidnapped. He just stranded.
Stranded, yeah.
And like when he came back from that hellish place, like they did an X-ray. He had like all these scars on him and all these like fractured bones that weren't healed properly. Like that's kind of how I imagine Khabib like in the mountains.
I don't know, but I don't think they look that bad.
No.
Like Khabib gets
nigga,
like
I'm pretty sure this nigga had like 3 breakfasts at least.
Yeah,
3, not breakfast,
good,
like
bro.
3 meals a day. Like you slicing shit.
Some hot water shit, bro.
My man was savagely beat by his father on the regular.
Nigga, me too. Me too, bro.
Like, what?
Yeah, have y'all watched Bright?
Right?
The movie?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my god.
Heard it was horrible.
Yeah, you know what? You told me to watch that. I should have watched that.
Yeah, I think it's stupid, bro. What about Black Mirror?
Everything, bro.
I don't watch that.
Seen all of that shit already.
Apparently, that shit.
I don't like
that
psychological
shit is
terror.
becoming famous now, bro.
It's been famous. What are you talking about, nigga? You just got hit.
I just got hit, bro.
Yeah, no, it's been famous.
That shit hot, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit is
Stranger Things. I don't like psychological thrillers.
Come on, you don't watch Stranger Things?
I don't watch Stranger Things. No Black Mirror. I don't like. I used to like
you
psychological
watch
thrillers.
Teletubbies?
No,
Tripping, bro.
I don't like that. I don't watch that. I like White Collar and like.
What color was that?
Have you ever
Netflix
seen The
thing?
Mentalist? The Mentalist.
No. Yes, bro. Both of them are dumb.
You seen The Mentalist?
Yes.
That's my all-time favorite show.
It just you know
All-time
what I
favorite
don't
show.
like
You
about
gotta
it,
watch.
bruh?
It gets
It's
boring.
it keeps on going, on going, on
Man,
going.
you gotta watch
like,
a full thing, man.
I was like,
it's
come
worth
on,
it.
bro. It gets boring after a while, bro. It's like Hawaii 5-0 or some shit. There's a show called that, bro.
Yeah, Hawaii 5-0.
Yes, bro. That shit keeps on going, bro.
But I like shows that like if they don't need action. Like you need I like shows that you can rely on dialogue. Like just us talking and make that
Hey,
interesting.
go watch Black Mirror, my G.
Look
There's
at-
no action.
if
It's
the-
straight up amazing
It's
storytelling.
just psychological
That's it.
thriller,
Bruh,
bro. It's some
you know
scary
what
mind
my
banging.
new rule is, bro. If the show is not produced by Netflix, AMC, HBO, Showtime, I'm not touching that shit, nigga.
Yeah, it was like,
Take your ABC ass.
What about
show outta here,
CW?
bruh.
What about
Take your
CW?
fucking NBC ass show out of here, bro.
What?
$2 shows, bro.
The
I can't take
Mentalist
that shit
is
no more,
good.
bruh.
The
What
Mentalist
the
is like
fuck,
mentally
bruh?
like it's so good, man.
I'm done, bro. Like
It's so
I
complex and
I swear
good.
to God, bro.
Wait, you didn't have CW in that list? The Flash, Arrow.
You see, I don't like them joints, bro. I used to watch
What?
Arrow after season 2. I was like, I'm done, bro. I really this show is not adding nothing to my life, bro.
Oh, so you like complex, like
Yeah,
you
like
know.
I want to be intrigued, bro. I don't want to like keep seeing on like okay, let's see. Let's say I watched a full season, right?
yeah.
There have to be something that gonna keep me and come back when season comes.
Oh, so
Season
you
2
like
comes
you
back,
like you
bruh.
like thought provoking, like you like to think and stuff.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
like, I
like
have to be
knowing what's gonna
intrigued, bruh.
happen.
Oh, man.
I
No.
knew when you
Yeah,
you
I know,
know
you
when
can
you're
predict.
watching
Yeah, you can
Arrow,
predict. It's
you
so
know he's not
predictable.
gonna die. You know that, right?
Well, no, not even that. Like you know exactly what's gonna happen.
And
Like you
to
know
that
when someone
point.
is gonna turn. You know when someone's gonna like
Yeah.
you know
When it's like starts
betray him.
becoming predictable,
predictable,
it's like
yeah. I like shows like that though. I like shows that I don't have to
You
think.
see,
I just
that's
turn it
the
on.
shit, bro. If I see an episode and I'll be like, I really actually don't mind if I don't see what happens next. If I say that, it's like, all right, why am I watching it then? Like, it's just why are we?
I don't watch shows like that. I don't watch shows like I sit down and religiously. I like to turn it on a little bit, maybe 20 minutes, go out and then do my thing in the day. I don't like that Black Mirror. I watch one episode of Stranger Things and Black Mirror. I'm showering and I'm still thinking about the show. It's all my mind the entire day. Like it's
Okay.
that mentally like
Okay.
scarring. What the hell?
I
don't
guess,
need that.
Okay,
I don't
for
need
that,
that.
you know what I watched
got
for
so
that?
many
I
things to
watched the Jeffersons and shit like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
oh, so
sitcoms,
like you
so
just
Yeah.
like
quick.
some like French Prince of Bel-Air kind of thing.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why he's saying
some
okay,
quick,
now I get
something
it.
quick. Or
Yeah.
if I need some thought provoking thing, I'll put on the Mentalist. That's like thought provoking, but it's not like heavy. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I got
Something
you, I
like the
got you.
Mentalist will make me like pretend like I'm Patrick Jane. I have like that eccentric,
Okay,
like,
okay.
Damn.
that new mindset. I just
that
don't
makes
like
sense.
that
Now-
heavy, like, bruh.
I mean, you don't have to exactly.
I
You
don't
don't
need,
have
like-
to watch that every time. To
Exactly. Yeah, I don't need like someone to get like a needle and inject like a dose of serotonin into my skull, and I'm like, oh, whoa, this show, man. Like, no, I don't need all that. That's why I haven't seen Stranger Things. I haven't seen 13 Reasons Why. I haven't seen Black Mirror. I haven't seen none of those shows. Bro.
You don't watch too much TV, not TV, but like you don't watch too many shows usually, right? Usually just doing shit.
Well,
I feel like that's maybe like I feel like
No,
the
I
reason you
watch
get
TV
into
shows.
Black
I
Mirror and
watch
all this
TV
stuff is
shows.
because you dig in, like you
No,
really
I
like
dig
start
in,
finding
bro.
I've watched most of these shows like let me find the good shit like
Yeah.
about all these shows let me find the good shit. And
I
you
watch
Black Mirror,
shows.
but-
I watch shows. Like I like recently a show that I've been getting into a lot was White Collar. Like I watched it. I'm kind of like rewatching them more.
I see what kind
You
of.
see how it
shit
makes you
like.
think?
Yeah,
It makes
your
you think,
Shit is
though, right?
like okay. You like endless shows then. Because
Yeah,
that show could go on for 20 years
I
without
finished The
it stopping,
Mentalist.
bruh.
I finished The Mentalist.
They stopped. It ended.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a crazy ender because TV shows like that. It's like if you stick with it, you gotta really like it, right?
Yeah, you gotta
So-
like in tune with the characters.
That's what I'm saying.
and
So
all that.
once you get to know the show, like, and you see that end, it's like it's like all those years that you've been watching it just has this like payoff. It's like reading a long book, like 500-page book. And when you get to end, like some crazy thing happens, and you're like your mind is just blown because you stuck with it for so long. It's been part of your
How many seasons?
like. It's not that
Like
many.
8?
I think it's like
Yeah.
5, 6.
Oh, okay.
But I like shows with like NCIS. Love that show.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Really
Alright.
good.
Now
Really
I
good.
can really tell what kind of shows you like. You like shows that have
Smallville.
You like Law and Order?
okay.
Law and
Shit
Order is
like
good.
that.
I started watching Criminal Minds a little bit.
Oh, that's a Netflix thing, right? Criminal Minds?
It's on Netflix, but it's not.
Come
It's
on.
not
Come
exclusive to.
on, man. Netflix.
Criminal
fucking
Minds has been-
Criminal
No, bro. There's
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Shit like
fuck,
that,
what was it
nigga.
called?
It's probably like CW.
It's
or
some
some
bullshit.
shit,
What?
nigga.
It's
Nigga-
good.
Bro, Netflix is spending $14 million an episode, bro.
Yeah.
How we gonna
they're
fucking
making a
spend
lot.
on fucking Law and Order, bro?
You know what's another show I've been getting into?
$14 million,
I finished like
bro.
the first. Season.
Mindhunter is what I thought you
Have
said.
you guys seen?
Okay, you see, that's the type of shit I
Yeah,
fuck with. bro.
Mindhunters. I don't know what that. You
It's
have
kind.
you seen?
It's similar to like Law and Order, but it's more getting into the mind of serial killers.
I might watch that. I like Lie to
That
Me. You
shit
guys
is-
ever seen Lie to Me?
No.
Oh man, that's
Like yeah,
I'm
like
telling
yeah,
you, that's a
this
good show,
British white nigga.
yeah, that's
lied
a
to
good
me.
show.
Okay.
You know what's another show that I've been really getting
Go
into?
ahead, bro.
Mad Men, bro.
Mad.
Nah, that's a good
That's HBO
show,
though,
boy.
bro. That's HBO. I'll give it to you.
You know how
bro.
much Netflix pays just for one episode? It's like 2 million or
to
something.
stream it on?
Just to stream it, it's like 2 million.
Because that's kind of that's
Man,
one
Don
of the,
Draper, man. Bro,
wait,
that's
2
why
million
he-
what? Like,
that's
is it
one
like
of
a
the
month,
shows
a
that-
year?
It's just her show, bro. Per episode, bro. They pay like
'Cause
a million or something.
Don't they rent the shows? Like, cause like I know like a lot of like movies even
Yeah,
they're on
can-
Netflix
Yeah,
for a
like-
little bit, then they're like off a
everything
couple.
that's not made by Netflix.
No, those
they
are
have to pay
limited
for it.
edition. Those are like sometimes they'll bring in like The Mentalist for like 3
couple-
months and
yeah.
then yeah.
So
take
I
it
guess
off.
they just pay 2 million to like just buy the rights so they can stream it forever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
per
that's
episode.
actually like a good income in the industry. That's like
Yeah.
a known thing. You can do that.
Yeah, I don't know how the in and outs work, but man, bro, he's the reason why I got into like I started like messing with whiskey more. Old
What?
fashioned, old fashioned drinks. And
Oh,
you gotta
said
watch.
whiskey.
Yeah, you gotta watch the show. Allegedly,
Yeah, I
start
remember
messing
this
with
nigga
whiskey.
like kind of slow though.
Yeah.
I
Or
know
no,
the
sorry.
show.
I rephrase it. If I was 21, I'll start messing with whiskey. I like just watching whiskey and stuff
I
on the
guess.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Continue your saying.
I was saying he looks so slow. The guy.
Don Draper,
Yeah.
like slow as in
Like-
like mentally slow.
I think the whole show is around him being slow though.
No, he just doesn't talk much because he was traumatized as a kid. Like he came up when he was like he was like poor. He's trying to escape his past. He was just like he the reason why his friend died in the war was because of him. So like he's trying to escape. It's like this story about a man trying to escape his past and trying to be like something different, trying to be better, you know?
Okay.
So he becomes an admin, creates a lot of money. It's like I don't know, something about the show that I can just like see myself as Don Draper sometimes.
But I really recommend y'all to watch Bright though.
Right.
Right.
It's just decide for 2 hours. You just
I heard it was
like,
just a bad movie though.
See, that's what I had heard too.
Okay,
but like
that's
this
what- okay,
nigga
let
said
me-
said it was good, and
Is it a
someone else said it was
psychological?
good too.
Okay, let me
Is
tell
it a
y'all
psychological
something.
thriller?
Nah. So I heard Bright was shit, dog shit, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Will Smith. I mean, this nigga been dog shit for the past 4 movies, bro. I guess I'm not watching that. So there's a guy, I don't know if you know him, Andrew Schultz is he's a comedian and he's on Brilliant Idiots podcast with Charlamagne the God. So
oh really?
yeah, this nigga said he recommended the movie, and that's like one of the guys I like respect in the industry, right? So I was like, you know what? Since he said that, I'm gonna watch it. I went and watched it, bro. This shit good as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Why
Then-
people really say it's
Exactly. This is my theory, bro.
Yeah.
So the whole point is, if Netflix can make this blockbuster
I see where
movies,
you're going. I see where you're going.
why would we get
Yeah.
up from our asses in my fucking couch and go to a movie theater and watch fucking what's the Justice
Yeah.
League?
Netflix
Why would I
is
watch that, bruh?
dominating, bro.
So exactly. So the reviews, the
Are
critics
all
have to
biased.
get paid.
Yeah,
to
you're
yo,
right, you're right, you're
Don't
right.
watch this shit, bruh. Nigga, Bright became the most streamed show in 2 days, bruh. 11 million views, bruh. So go
Yeah.
check that out, bruh.
I heard from what I'm hearing, like from my friends posting the movie on Snapchat, they all said it was good. I was always
Good as fuck,
confused.
bruh.
Like when I see people watch it, they say Bright was good, and then when I go online, they're like, "Oh, it's just a horrible movie, bro."
'Cause the
Like, the
critics
way you
have
said
to
that
get
just now,
paid.
like on Rotten Tomatoes, Bright right now is at 20,
Exactly,
Wow.
bruh.
27%.
So
Yep,
bad.
27%.
good.
No, horrible. Like it has
Yeah.
27% like it
100.
out of 100.
7% like it.
27 out of 100 people like the movie.
What about
Yeah, that's what I'm
IMDb?
saying. That's so
IMDb
bad.
out of
I am
100?
at 6.5.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
wow.
Think about
Robert,
that shit, bruh.
No, but Robin-
Ebert, 1
Go-
out of 4.
Wait, go for Rotten Tomatoes, go into the popular because like that's or like how many people voted. Because there's people's choice, and then there's the actual people on Rotten Tomatoes that make the rating.
And they already green light the sequel.
Like
and all
like
that,
with
so.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi. With Star Wars: The Last Jedi, there was people that it had like a 97% rating, but then people had like only like 50% people liked it. You see, the audience said it was an 87%, and it's growing.
I don't even know they have a choice like that.
No, Rotten Tomatoes gave us a 27%. That's what I'm talking about. Audience messed with it. Audience loved it, but Rotten Tomatoes gave it a low rating.
Did you come up with that theory yourself?
Nah, I heard it from somewhere.
Damn, I was gonna say
That
that's
makes
actually
sense.
very.
The same guy. I'm actually gonna give Andrew Schultz the credit.
From
Brilliant
Andrew
idiot.
Schultz? Oh.
Yeah, Andrew Schultz.
Brilliant.
They came up with this idea, and I was like, wow, this actually could make sense.
Yeah, man, I'm telling
I
you.
can't
Netflix
believe
is
you said Will
dominating,
Smith.
man.
His last movie said been
Yo,
doc.
I can count the movies
two
if
movies.
you want, bro.
I know 2
The
movies has
shit
been
was
dog
his
shit.
motherfucking son.
Afterlife
Yeah,
or After
After
Earth or
Earth.
whatever.
It's a sequel
and
to the
all
other
the
one.
dog shit he made. The fucking the.
This nigga's about to say
No,
Suicide
no.
Squad, doesn't
Yeah,
he? bro?
exactly.
Suck my
bro.
dick, but I like
With
that
a
movie.
big-ass
I
gun,
like
bro.
that movie,
Bad
bro.
They got my nigga looking
That
dumb
shit-
as hell, bro.
Nah,
Like,
bro, he was making
what?
clean shot.
Will
Yeah,
Smith is the
that's a
type of
bad
nigga who
movie.
made motherfucking I Am a Legend, bro. How you gonna get this
Nah,
nigga
come
doing
on,
a
bro.
motherfucking comics book, bro?
What movie?
Got
bro?
me fucked up, my nigga.
Yo,
Robot, bro. That's classic, bro.
No,
You can still go back.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Will Smith are like the 2 guys
Pursuit
where
of
if I see
Happiness.
them in a movie, it's like I
Let's
know
not
that's
even
gonna
talk
be
about
good.
that.
That's good. I know it's gonna be good. Will Smith's been fucking up with After Earth, I think it's called. What's it called?
Yes,
the one with
bruh.
his kid.
Yeah, that was such
keep
a
going,
bad
bro.
movie.
Keep going. Look at Hancock. That's a classic, bro.
That's a good movie. I
What
forgot
the fuck
about
you talking
Hancock.
about, bro?
I-
Everything.
Suicide
of
Squad might
Happiness.
not have been the best, but it was all right.
Keep going, bro.
All the shit. So how you gonna dog this nigga for one movie,
no,
bro?
No. I say the past 4 movies been trash, bro.
Bro,
I'm
what
saying
4 movies, bro?
all the movies you see right here are all classic, bro. Will
I think-
Smith used to be like that in 2007, 2008. Bro.
I think
Everything he touched classic, bro.
I honestly think Pursuit of Happiness is his best movie.
I think I Am Legend. Is the
Yeah,
best,
I was gonna
bro.
say
No.
I don't have too
What?
many favorite movies.
You're gonna tell me I Am Legend? You hold on. You're gonna tell me I Am Legend is better than Pursuit of Happiness?
I Am okay, you
Man,
know
bro,
why?
I cried in Pursuit
You know
of
why,
Happiness,
bro?
I cried.
You know why,
you're
bro?
a little
Hard.
bitch.
I can relate to that.
Nah,
I can relate to
It
Pursuit of
shows
Happiness,
me
man.
that
That struggle,
like,
bro.
bro. Sometimes a dog can be your best friend, bro. Like
No, yeah, that's real. That's
like
real.
I was like, what? Like it really does not matter. We can
Or a
adapt to
pigeon.
like.
Yeah, dogs are real, bro.
Alright, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Dogs are real.
But for
But
real,
what
though,
a son, bro? No, I can. Pursuit of Happiness, bro. That struggle. He's
Okay.
giving blood, man.
Pursuit of
Homeless
Happiness was
shelter.
too much for me.
No, here's the thing. No,
man.
That's too much.
they're in
bro.
two
what do you mean
different
it's too much?
categories.
That's real. That's real.
No,
That's like
it
actually
was
happens
too,
out there in the
It was
streets,
too
bro.
real for me, bro. I wasn't ready to like for real, bro.
Yeah.
Because whenever I watch it, like I only watched it twice or.
Because you can kind of see, like,
It's
yourself
too
in, like,
much,
it's like, bro, it hurts
It's
too much.
It's seeing another person going through all that shit. He slept in a bathroom, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And he had to hold the door, like, for real, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it.
It kind of makes me feel good because it makes me feel like, yo, at
It
least
makes me
how bad
feel
I am, I'm not in that
fucked up,
situation, bro. I'm not in that
It makes me
situation.
feel like, yo, people actually go through this shit. Like, damn, bro.
It's kind of
Now-
motivating because
now
like
I'm depressed,
he was from starting from a worse position and still made it successful. So you can't look at yourself and be like, well, I can't make it. Like he
Bro,
made it.
Movies like Pursuit of Happiness are hood inspirations, bro.
And
Everyone in the
also
struggle,
it's based on a true story, by the way.
It
bro.
is?
That's what I'm saying. Everybody in a bad situation, they can watch a movie like Pursuit of Happiness and see elements of themselves, and then see like the flip side of like just push through all of it, and you can make it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Okay.
hood inspiration, bro. That's bro. Hood.
I guess my
Pursuit of
problem
Happiness,
is
that
when
shit
I
made me
watch
cry.
shit like this, I always just absolutely get depressed. I don't be like, damn, bro, look at my life, bro. I'm living like this. This happened. Nah, but I just be like, damn, bro. That's a
But
fucked
also,
up
those two
story,
movies
bro.
are in two
Yeah,
different
fuck.
categories. Like
Oh.
it's two into like I Am Legend and Pursuit of Happiness. I Am Legend is a
An action drama,
an action
I think.
sci-fi.
You know
what do you
what's-
call it? Sci-fiction.
Sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi.
You know what's like another movie that I watched, right? That made me feel that way was Paid in Full. Man, I watched Paid in Full, bro.
Yeah.
That's like movies where it's like, all right, someone comes out the mud.
Of course, this nigga did not watch Paid in Full, bro.
You ever seen Paid in Full?
Absolutely not.
Damn, even
Man,
my fab ass watched
bro.
this shit, bro.
Bro, when I watch Paid in Full, right? like usually when I watch a hood inspiration, right, that joint inspires me. Like someone made it out the mud. All right, yo, I need to get my stuff in order, right? Paid in Full was the flip side, bro. It was like someone rose up to the level of king and then comes back down. It's like, oh man. You seen the real interview of the guy too, man, on DJ Vlad? Oh man, I was hurt, bro. Like Paid in Full. After I watched that, it made me feel really bad. Like, bro, like what are black people, bro? Like it made me feel like everything that I'm doing is like for nothing. Like there's still like a part. It's like the system is just designed for me to fail type thing, bro. Like, bro, like it did not make me want to do anything, man. Like I'm like, man, why am I going to school? Like there's still gonna be discrimination in the workplace. Like I just thought about like it just made me feel horrible, man. Like I was stuck, like because I could understand that situation, you know, that they were in at that time because they were stuck. Like they like there was police undercover. Like if you ever seen the DJ Vlad interview,
nah, I didn't watch that.
Like the DJ Vlad interview, like so you know Freeway Ricky Ross, right?
No,
the real Rick Ross.
Oh yeah.
So
that nigga funny
anyway,
actually, bro.
Yeah, they're all smart dudes. The real Rick Ross and Ace Boogie, like. They were doing their joint, and the feds knew they were doing it. The police knew, bro. They knew the whole time, man.
Nah, I don't think so.
Man, they knew the whole time.
I watched the whole interview.
For Rick Ross, Freeway Rick, it was an Iran Contra. Like it was just like the money that they made from that. They let all the drugs come into America so they can like fund like the Iran like some war or something, bro. Like they knew the whole time. It was all designed. It was all designed. Like, bro, and it makes sense too. Because like, how can you see someone trapping millions? Like this man was swimming in all that money,
I heard
and you're not gonna see
in an
nothing.
interview. He said his plug got him caught because the whole idea he got out of the whole dealing shit, bro. Like clean out of the business, and his homie wanted him to connect him to a plug, bro. So out of 2 years, bro, he was out clean for 2 years. It was millions, bro. This nigga literally owned the city, bro. That's how big this nigga was, bro, money wise.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm not talking about the individual though.
No, let me finish, bro. Okay. So,
yeah, I know this.
I almost stopped my last train, but
he's in the city, big money.
He asked him to get him a plug, bro. Yeah. So this nigga was like, okay, then. He did that shit for them, and that's when he got caught, bro. Just to connect two people, and he got locked out for This nigga chopped for millions, bro.
Like he was swimming in money,
84, bro.
But
like millions.
Here's the thing,
days,
though.
Bro.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying, you know, it's the same thing happened with Ace Boogie too, when they had like undercover people like in the circle and all that. Like I'm not talking about the individual people, right? Like I'm just talking about the drugs in general. Like they knew all of it was coming in. They knew,
it was Nicaragua, the war you're talking about.
Yeah.
The plug was Nicaragua.
That's what I'm saying. They let it happen. You know, they turned a blind eye, let it happen. You know what I'm saying, for a couple of years, and then Ace Boogie said like once 1990 hit is when they started to crack down on it. Then they start collecting intel for the specific people. But in general, they let that stuff slide. Like they knew that like the streets were controlled by a couple people pushing drugs and stuff.
You might be right because the guy said shit was booming in 83, 84.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, from the 80s, everybody was making money. Everybody was good. And Ace Boogie, his whole thing was like he didn't want to be selfish. You know, that's what made him rise. Was like, all right, you're on my block, you're hustling. We're gonna eat together. We're gonna all eat together. We're gonna all be good. That was his whole agenda. You know. Yeah. So it was like, I don't know, man. Like when I realized like they knew all of it was going down. And they just wanted to connect the pieces. They wanted to get to specific people, but they knew all of it. They were just turning a blind eye, like, you know, releasing drugs into the black community, poisoning the black community. I was like, man. Like, it didn't really sink in until, like I watched the interview and then the movie. I was like, oh, dang, man. I realized the magnitude of it. I was like, oh.
Do you guys watch Narcos?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it, but not too much.
I watched it, too. I watched the first season, but then it was another movie that like Paid in Full that it kind of poisons you, bro. Like when you see all this evil, like all this.
You talking about Narcos?
Yeah, like when the pregnant ladies were.
I didn't watch it. No, I didn't watch it, bro. That's one of the series I'm trying to get into.
Bro, I'm telling you, you're gonna get so hooked to Narcos. It's so good.
Everybody keeps saying that,
but it's so evil.
And you know, Netflix made it. Netflix produced that shit, so I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's so, bro. It's so evil though. Like it's so evil that you like.
It's evil, but it's like evil in what's who fuck what was that movie? I just recently watched it with the dude who dies at the end. They come into his building,
Boys in
they
the
start
Hood?
shooting him, and he's just like, "You
You ever seen
can't
Boys
kill
in the
me,
Hood,
you know
boy?
who I am, whatever." J. Cole references him. Fuck, what's his name?
Hold up, he's talking about Scarface.
Scarface. It's
yeah,
it's like
Scarface.
that like where
He's
he
so
does a
good.
lot of evil deeds, but like you can connect with him on some of his stances because like family is very important to him. Like his kids, his family, his
You
wife.
telling me you connected with
Scarface.
No, in Narcos you connected with
100%.
Pablo Escobar.
you connected with him?
Yeah.
Boy, you crazy.
What do you
bro.
mean? This nigga's giving back to the
Crazy,
community,
bro.
bro. People
No,
love
don't get me
him,
wrong.
bro.
Don't get me wrong. Pablo Escobar, I connected with him, right? But then, like, there were, bro, like, there's some parts, man. Later on, I was like, man,
I actually don't like this
bro,
guy.
I know, bro, like, I want criminals to win. I don't know why. There's just a part of me that wants.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Because a law enforcement is a criminal with you know what I'm saying, a blue uniform. So it's like which bad one do you really want to win? You get me? It's the lesser of two evils kind of thing, right? Yeah. But at the same time, bro, like when I
Like
there's some
stuff like
bro.
I'm not gonna tell
it.
you, but like there's parts where he does some shit. You're like, yo, like I can't stand behind you on that one right there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's some fucked up
like,
shit. But most of the time, where it's like he's doing shit for his family, for the community, but it's also for himself.
Like you see
That's just
some messed up boy. Like in Paid in Full, you can see yourself as Ace Boogie, right? Like he operates with like some ethics. You get what I'm saying? Like he everyone eats. He has some rules. Everyone is good. He's gonna flex. Everything is good. Like he might be selling to his own community and poisoning his own community, but he got to eat himself and make sure everybody around him is good. So you can easily insert yourself. I'm Ace Boogie. I can see it, right?
So why can't you apply that to Pablo Escobar?
Boy, with Escobar, he does some things that you're like, what? Yo, you're messed up, bro. Like you are messed up.
Is it because
bro.
he's messed up, or he's just too much into the game?
Nah, it's because he's really messed up. Like he's really messed up. Bro.
Let's
talk
about Breaking Bad. Let's talk about Breaking Bad. You know, he came into the game very green. You
Much
know,
different.
very like just a teacher, whatever. But at the end, he's pulling off shit. He's killing people that he doesn't really even have to kill. He poisoned a little kid.
Messed up.
But that's just him going too deep into the game.
No,
I see the same thing in Pablo Escobar, where he
look,
had good intentions.
there's
but
killing.
Sam is
Look,
making a good point.
sometimes if you're in it, there's some killings that are okay, right? And Ace Boogie, like when
you get lost in the game, is what
when
I'm saying.
when that dude tied him up, right, and like he shot him 8 times. That guy, like when I saw him at first, when he made that, like he's like, yo, no, but I want to trap Boogie. He's like, nah, man, you hot, bro, you hot. Like I got someone to sell on your block. He'll give you the money. You too hot right now, right? And he's like, nah. And then you see how mad he got, right? Honestly, I would have told Rico, like, Rico, yo, watch him. Take him out, bro. Like, kill him. Like, cause, bro, I can already see the envy, the jealousy in his eyes. There's something wrong with him, bro. Like, kill him, bro. Like, kill him, like, on the spot. I would have told Rico, cause Rico was like, man, what's the point of having soldiers if you can't even use them? And I was like, you right, Rico. Like, kill him, bro. And I'll kill Rico too. I'll kill Rico too, cause that man is a snake. He killed Rich, right?
Paid in Full is really classic, bro.
I would have killed Rico. Look, listen, I would have killed Rico too, but that's justified killing. Pablo Escobar did some shit that's off the wall, bro. Like he had there was pregnant ladies, right? Did you see that one where he had them?
I think I only watched the first season.
Oh my!
Look, there was pregnant girls, right? So he had to smuggle.
Spoiler alert.
This is not a spoiler at all because this is just part of the show. I swear it's not a spoiler. But so he had to smuggle drugs into U.S., right? Yeah. So one of the ways he would do it is like pregnant girls, right, that had babies and stuff. He would make them swallow plastic baggies for drugs. Okay. Sometimes they'll rip open their stomach, killing them and the baby, bro. What?
Yeah, OD on that shit. Bro, you overdose on that shit.
That's horrible, bro. When I seen that, I was like, man, you a monster, bro. Like, I needed someone with hood ethics. You get what I'm saying? That's in a nasty situation that does nasty things, but they still have some humanity in them, like 50 Cent.
You can't get to the point where he got to being like that, bro. You can't. There's no, good shit.
But is that justified? Like,
no,
I'm with Isaac on this one,
bro. Like, look,
because like when you start killing like babies and pregnant women, it's like, why are you doing it? Is it to get some drugs?
You're the feds. When you get to this point, there is no justification, bro. You do what you got.
You lost in the game.
So what do you mean? So you're telling me like if you're in that situation, you just break all humanity, like it's everything's up. Like,
No, but you can't approve of
no, he
everything
only
at
saying
that
it,
there's
point.
bro.
You
bad,
just
you might
watch
as well
it.
go all the way bad kind of thing.
Nah, it's you either with me or you take the bullet or some shit.
Say that
But
again?
you got a saying. You either get
You're
with
with
us.
me or against me. Yeah, Tupac.
He had a saying. Pablo Escobar had a saying, but I don't know. He either was me or you not, bro. It's that's easy, bro.
You're right,
That's
but
how
what is
easy
like
it
a
was for
pregnant
him, bruh.
lady with like a baby, bro?
When you watch,
like, look, Pablo Escobar, all the bad he does, he still has some ethics, right? His family, he keeps close. His brother is his blood, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So even though amongst all this messed up, like, yo, I'm doing messed up stuff, he still has some ethics, right? So I'm thinking like, yo, you all right? If you still have that kind of humanity, then you can probably have a little bit more and not do some like kill a pregnant girl with a baby, bro. Like, nah, that's not gonna fly.
see, that's the thing. When you watch a movie like that, you can't just criticize every single action. You have to look at it from the perspective of the Walter White idea, where he came into the game green, and he was on the you can follow, you can understand his thought process, but at some point where you haven't experienced that and you get lost in the game and you're just watching how much more lost he's getting and how much more he's pushing himself, like how much what more he's gonna do.
You're right, but like at the same time, like I can I can feel that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I watch movies like this, I can feel myself as a character. I can see it,
Okay,
especially with Paid in Full.
Going back to the pregnant ladies, I think the way how I'm not justifying it, but to see where he's coming from, it's like, all right, we need a new way of getting our drugs to America. How can we do it? Oh, what about putting pills in pregnant ladies? Since they're pregnant, they will be more likely not to get caught. Oh, that's actually a great idea. Let's
But
keep
I
on
didn't watch the movie. I didn't watch the show. So tell me,
I think that's how it is, bro.
was it like? Did he think that they were gonna be safe and all that shit? Like, cause you said they were cutting open their stomach with the baby dying and all this shit.
No, the baggie will rip and then they'll
So that was an accident. So that wasn't his
supposed
intention.
Nah, but
No,
you
that's
know
not
that's gonna
supposed to
happen.
happen.
You
Huh?
know that's
It's
not.
like a likely.
It's not supposed to happen.
There's a
But you
chance
know.
that will happen, but some of them pass. So once they pass,
So he
Yeah,
knew
some of
that.
them passed,
Yeah.
So he knew that.
Nah, he knew that it would. Like he
There's-
knew that the
yeah,
risk. He knew
they
the risk.
knew
let's
it was
just say.
But like he knew. Okay, like let's
This is
say
not-
there's a
this is not- this is
20%
not- this
risk,
is
and
not
he's
from- This is
he's-
not from Paid in Full, by the way. This is
yeah,
from-
no, Pablo
this is
Escobar.
a cartel
Narcos.
thing. Like,
But
it's a
like,
known
okay,
thing.
let's say 10 girls start passing by, and there's a 20% chance that
Man, he
one of
doesn't know
them's
all the
rap.
statistics. I don't think he knows all the
So like,
statistics and all that
what do you?
bullshit.
So did he know there was gonna be casualties, or did
Yeah,
he know
of
that there was a
course, of course.
possibility
Of
of
course, they were
casualties?
dying
They're dipping
left,
oil
right.
like baggies.
Yes,
like, come on,
bro.
man. He knew that shit.
And
And he
that
probably
shit
seen the
can
dead
only
John.
stay in your body for like in your
Yeah, no,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
body
saying?
for certain hours. So if that
The
shit
acid
explode,
and all that
you
shit.
die exactly. Like it's OD on the spot, bro.
Yeah, like he
Okay.
knew that stuff. Like, bro, like,
Yeah.
man, that's
It's
unnecessary.
just we
man.
don't give a fuck about the female. We don't give a fuck about them, bro. We only
Escobar
give a fuck
doesn't,
about our
yeah.
money, bro.
Yeah. So he's like, man, have them dip that joint of oil, swallow it. You don't care. You know.
Do
what
what
I'm
you
saying?
gotta do, like get this shit over there, and you come back again and do it again.
Yeah. So it's like he it was like he didn't see them as, man. It's messed up, bro. It's messed up.
Yeah, he didn't see them
not
as
good.
humans. He
Yeah,
just saw
it's
them
not
as
good.
transportation tools.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when I see people like Freeway Ricky Ross, when I see people like Ace Boogie, like black people that like in the crime business, but they're top dogs. Understand it. I already see myself in that situation. I do the same thing, bro. I do the same thing like Boogie did. Do the same thing like Freeway Rick. When I see someone like Pablo Escobar, oh hell nah, man. That's some crazy, bro. That's some crazy stuff, bro. Like even in the hood, like, bro. That's
I mean, how do you think the cartel got to this point, bro? It's not only
Can I
by
be
just
honest?
selling drugs.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. Can I be honest? You know what I think it is, bro? I think it is like I think like, bro, I've never seen a black person go that all that out, bro. Name me one black person that was like on top of stuff.
African dictators, bro.
But not African. I'm talking about
African American,
Fuck
you
you
mean?
talking about, bro? Fuck you talking about, bro?
Yeah, you're right.
What you saying, bro?
Yo, what do you think is
What are
more
you
like?
talking
Where,
about?
where,
Saying,
who
yeah,
comes
you're right.
at-
Because there are
What
some
are you
like
talking
African.
about?
You know what I'm saying? There are some African like
What
top
are you
dogs that be
talking
doing
about,
some
bruh?
crazy shit.
You know how many people died in Rwanda and the Rwandan civil war, bro?
Rwanda, yeah.
Yeah,
But that was toward like clans though.
yeah.
Houthis and Tutu, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had the British hand in it, but
Hutu.
that's something.
Yeah, that's something else. But still, man, I don't know, man. Like when I put because I can see myself in situations like that, right? It's like if I'm doing crime, right? If I'm trapping like you know what I'm saying? If I'm trapping, I might as well go all the way, right? Like,
get this shit done, bro.
that's
We
what I'm
in
saying.
it, bro.
It's either I'm in it or like half a little bit, I'm dipping. Nah, I'm gonna go
Nah,
all the
bro.
way. You know what I'm
All
saying?
toes
If
down,
I'm running
bro.
a scheme, I'm gonna go all the way. Whatever it is I'm doing, I'm going all the way. So if I'm making all this money and I'm trying to operate, I'm telling you, I'd operate like Freeway Ricky Ross on the spot, or Ace Boogie especially. Why am I getting greedy? No, I'll share the wealth with you. Everyone's gonna eat. We're all good. But with Pablo Escobar, it's like, dang, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the cartels, what they do, like, they record.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, it's still where he came from, where he was born. They loved him so much to the point they were fighting for him, and they cried and all that when he died.
Because he got the whole community good. Yeah.
Like, you see, even if.
But at the same time, you need to be ruthless. You need to be ruthless.
No, what I'm saying is, you sympathize with him, but all those people, you know, supported him at that time, knowing that he killed those people and like did all those bad things. Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah,
I was like, we cool with him. He gives us money. I don't know why, but it's just some people don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, you're right. And you do have to be ruthless too, because it's like once the, like, you know, let's say the border patrol does.
The game is too fragile. Like
too
many things can go wrong for you
saying,
not
like,
to be.
What if the border patrol did a patrol? They did a big bust. Now you're down on supply. The streets are getting hungry.
Yep.
Your own men will start turning on you. You know what I'm saying, Rico? Like your own peoples will start turning on you. So you gotta start, bro. If I was there, I'll be paranoid. I'll be paranoid. Like any small little thing, man. If I notice Rico was getting loud or something, he talked back, dead. He's dead. Tomorrow you're gonna be dead, bro. Like I'm gonna have someone kill you. You're dead. If I notice any type of like envy, bro, like that's how I knew I'd kill. That's how I knew I'd kill the other guy, bro.
Yo, damn, calm down, G, bro.
Come on,
what the
man.
fuck?
I'm telling you, man, I'd kill him.
Don't cross this nigga, bro.
Damn.
So shoot, if I'm in that situation, I'll be paranoid as heck, man. So at that time, I think I can understand Pablo at least a little.
Yeah.
But that's been the R&R podcast. I think let's wrap it up. I'm starving. I want to go eat some food.
It's been an hour and
30.
Damn, we did an hour 30. Anyways, thank you
for staying with us.
Yeah.
Check us out on Instagram and
SoundCloud
Twitter
as well, too,
_ R&R. Oh, follow us. I mean on Instagram and R&R podcast, and check us out on YouTube too. Research Not Required, and SoundCloud as well. Research Not Required.
Yeah, and make sure you guys stay tuned to the Aqualac podcast and everything that I have going on. YouTube.com, YouTube.com/Aquablack, AQUABLACK. Follow me on Instagram, MJ_Slam. And yeah, stay tuned. Enjoy, everyone.